What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over some of the news stories you might have missed. Over the last couple of days, it's been kind of busy. There's been big stuff, small stuff. Some of the bigger things will just be on the main channel, but there was a collection of quite a few things that I want to get to here. So let's start with the Lord of the Rings Gollum and its runtime, how long it's going to take to beat it. So 20 hours is what one of its producers said when he was speaking to Gaming Bolt. A relaxed playthrough of the game with exploration of the beautifully crafted environments and listening to dialogues will take around 20 hours. Avid adventure players will be able to finish the game faster, but we advise everyone to take their time and breathe the air of Middle-earth. Now, as I always say for these things, and this is my personal opinion, but I do think this is backed up, oftentimes developers will inflate it. Now, I know whenever I say this, people will say, well, actually, sometimes I take longer than what the developers say. That's totally fine. I guess I'm talking about the average. How long to beat is my kind of main source for this stuff. Normally, when developers say a time, you carve a good amount out of it. If a developer says 20, in an example like this, I would not be surprised if the average was closer to like 15 or even less than 15. So, because I don't know, just the way they do it, the way they play it, the way they think about it is just different than what the average person, and I do mean average, the average person will play it. So 20 hours, 15 hours. I mean, that's good. It's this is a AA game, a game that I believe is $50 base price. So it's not a full price game. Obviously comes out at the end of May. If you can get 10, 15, 20 hours of it, I'd say that's pretty darn good. Quality, obviously, I've had some things to say about it. I actually just did a video on it on the main channel. So there's one thing. Next thing is Dead Rising. So Jez Corden tweeting that potentially maybe Dead Rising is coming back. He said, if you're a Dead Rising fan, there might be something on the horizon for you too. And I believe this was talking about, Metal Gear, and then talking about maybe like a Gears collection, and then he brings in Dead Rising. So I was never into Dead Rising. Dead Rising actually notoriously for me as a game franchise I really didn't like, and I never really understood why people did like it. I'm a different kind of gamer post, I'd say 2020, or when the calendar shifted to 2020. So maybe I'd like the games now, but they've just never been a franchise I could get into. But they're pretty popular. Right? It's a pretty popular franchise, but also a franchise that seemingly has lost its way towards the end, right? The last couple of releases of it were not received as well. I don't think they sold as well as they did back in the day. So if it does come back, hopefully it's something that people like. And beyond that, I guess I don't have too much to say about it. Maybe it's a game that I'll actually try out. Next up is Little Nightmares 3. So we knew and I made videos about this actually when Little Nightmares 2 came out. So the studio that made it basically said they're done. They're not doing a 3. They're actually, I think a concept or teaser trailer is out on their YouTube channel of a brand new game that they're working on. So the team that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2 are done, but Bandai Namco on a job offer, they're offering an internship, and I think there's already applications in for it. If you guys want it, you better sign in fast, and it's for the Little Nightmares IP. So I guess on top of the studio saying that they're done, one thing that we did kind of get, we got a back and forth like on social media. I remember it as if it was yesterday. I think Bandai Namco did confirm back then when 2 came out that there would be more, that they would continue the franchise even if the developers weren't going to do it, that they would continue it. Now people are kind of speculating, all right, well, it takes about 4 years to make 2 after 1. But the thing is, and I think people are right, whatever team is making 3, they're probably starting from scratch, right? Or you have to actually start the team from scratch. You have to assemble a team that can do it. So it may be longer, right, than like the average 4 years. Maybe you want to give them like an extra year. So still a bit of waiting, I think. But, and again, this isn't a confirmation, I guess, in the same way that when they said it back a couple years ago that Little Nightmares 2 isn't the last one, they'll make more. I guess those aren't flat out confirmations of 3, and either is this job posting, but they are literally hiring somebody to work on a game in the Little Nightmares franchise. I mean, what else would it be, right? So you have that. And then final story I want to hit on is Metal Gear Solid 3. Now, there was the additional stuff with the Castlevania exclusivity deals. I'm actually going to make a video on Podcast Now on the main channel on that, but specifically talking about this, starting with Special Nick, right? So we talked about how the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake would be at the PlayStation Showcase. That's what he's heard. And he's also heard that it would be something slanted towards PlayStation, so some sort of exclusivity. Now, again, the bigger story from other people in the rumor mill does seem like Sony has done a lot of deals with Konami, right? Not just Metal Gear. And I think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen because of Special Nick. He gets a lot of flack online. He doesn't get a lot of things right from what I see. But I try to respect the guy. I try to respect all these leakers. But for me, he's let me down. He's had some really big leaks / rumors that have just flat out not happened and made me a little bit upset. So I don't believe it because he said it. I believe it because Metal Gear 3 has been a thing we've heard for, 3 years? Maybe like 2020 we first started hearing about it. So it's been in the works forever. I wouldn't even be surprised. Maybe it comes out this year because I feel like it's been happening for so many years. And then, again, you have all these other leakers saying, okay, well, there is going to be Konami stuff at this PlayStation showcase. There's more exclusivity deals beyond just Metal Gear with other, like Castlevania, stuff like that. So I think it's going to happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.